So the other day, a customer, a good customer, a very understanding and patient customer who said, "Hey, I left the cooler out to leave my meat and my eggs in, and your driver left the eggs in the bottom of the cooler, which was real nice. But then they left the whole entire box of meat just like stuffed awkwardly in the cooler with the top of the cooler open, therefore kind of defeating the purpose of having the cooler, really. And again, don't want to be a jerk. And I'm just saying, could something different be done next time?" And I said, "That's weird. That's really strange and really odd." I said, I will figure out what's going on. I will get back to you." And so I looked it up to see who the driver was, and this is a relevant part of the story. It's one of my drivers who is not white. And so I asked the driver, "Hey, what was going on here? Because I'm not going to assume that they're just being lazy or butthole. Like something must have happened." And in the time it takes you to hit the send button on a text message, and it goes whoop. You hit the button, and it goes whoop. In between that time, I immediately realized, oh, I know what happened. What normally happens is if a box won't fit in the cooler, the driver busts open the box, opens it up, and puts the items individually into the cooler and takes the box back with him, and then closes the cooler so that everything stays nice and cold. Problem with that is you wind up sitting in front of somebody's household, in front of their stoop, for a pretty long time. And the thing that will happen an uncomfortable amount of the time is you will get racially profiled, and someone will come assuming that you are stealing the food out of the cooler. And the reason I say you're getting racially profiled is because this has happened to me, it's happened to my non-white drivers, but it has never, ever, ever, not one time happened to any of my white drivers. Anyhow, about a minute goes by, my driver hits me back and says exactly what I expected to hear. That one time they were opening up a box and doing exactly what they were supposed to do, and a customer came down and basically accused them of stealing a box. And ever since then, they've been uncomfortable following the protocol of open the box and put the stuff in there. And then I said, "Totally understand, not your fault. Happened to me all the time when I used to do deliveries myself way back in the day. Here's how you deal with it." And then I told her how we deal with it. But let me tell you what, here's a way we don't deal with it by making people wear uniforms. Number one, because I don't like the idea of painting somebody in corporate livery like I own them. Number two, I don't like the way people treat people who wear corporate uniforms. It's like people look right through you. It's like you're not real. And then number three is the principle. It's the principalities involved in it. If my white drivers don't have to wear a livery that makes it look like I own them, or gets them treated like an NPC in Grand Theft Auto, which is how people get treated when they wear uniforms, then my people who are not white shouldn't have to wear that and deal with that neither. Anyhow,
Okay, so let's just go over this point by point.
is you wind up sitting in front of somebody's household, in front of their stoop, for a pretty long time. And the thing that will happen an uncomfortable amount of the time is you will get racially profiled, and someone will come assuming that you are stealing the food out of the cooler. And the reason I say you're getting racially profiled is because this has happened to me, it's happened to my non-white drivers, but it has never, ever, ever, not one time happened to any of my white drivers.
Okay, so your anecdotal example is that it's never happened to any of your white employees. Awesome. That's great. In your videos, you talk about how smart you are and how college educated you are and how you'll be more well read than anyone else in your ignorant section of, your comments. Do you actually think, like, are you actually that stupid to assume that this has never happened to white people? That a white person can just go in front of literally anybody's house and like hunker down on their haunches and like be rummaging in a box, and that never in the history of humanity will a white person ever be profiled. Can we just say that strangers are profiled? I mean, sure, if you're a white person and you see a random black guy outside your house hunkered down in your front lawn, yeah, you're probably going to think something about that. It's probably going to be a little weird. I just don't understand the racial aspect of this. Oh, the black guys can't do it, but the white guys can. Really? As a guy with four uncles who are meth cooks and addicts, I can tell you that white people commit crimes too. White people commit plenty of crimes, and they are profiled the same way.
But here's a way we don't deal with it by making people wear uniforms. Number one, because I don't like the idea.
I don't like the idea. Oh, you don't like it. So, what you're saying is that you could buy uniforms that clearly mark and identify your people so that everybody in the neighborhood knows who and what they are, that they're delivery drivers, that they're not porch pirates, which are a thing, white and black, or just random fucking vandals, white and black. You could identify your people, but I don't like the idea. Okay, cool. You don't like it.
Of painting somebody in corporate livery like I own them. Number two,
I love how you say corporate also. Like you couldn't just use like t shirts. like delivery driver for, Blackbird Coupe, Blackbird Coupe delivery driver, something, you know, colorful and identifiable and with your branding to, I don't know, promote your branding, the thing that you do, but you don't like the idea of doing that. No, yeah, I don't like that. Couldn't it just be that you give them the option? Since racial profiling is such a big problem, it's so important that you need to make a video about it, but it's not so important that you actually do something that could help them. At least give them the option of the corporate livery or whatever.
Two, I don't like the way people treat people who wear corporate uniforms.
You don't like the way that people treat people who wear corporate uniforms? You also don't like the way people treat people who don't wear corporate uniforms because they get racially profiled. So, well, that's a stupid point to make.
It's like people look right through you. It's like you're not real. And then number three is the principle. It's the principalities involved in it. If my white drivers don't have to wear a livery that makes it look like I own them or gets them treated like an NPC in Grand Theft Auto, which is how people get treated when they wear uniforms.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, the fuck, it's not. It's crazy. Whenever somebody shows up in like an Amazon uniform, it's like I know that that's my package. It's a white guy, it's a black guy. It doesn't matter because they have a blue and gray uniform that says Amazon on it. Also with a big ass truck that says Amazon on it. Now, see, if a white guy or a black guy or an any color guy showed up in a regular white unmarked van outside of my house, I might think something about that. But yeah, sure, sure. Just don't do anything about this and just bitch about it. Other people will solve the problem. Sure.